thanks to everyone for coming. I'm delighted as Mayor to be visiting the fourth of affordable housing developments to be built on a rural exception site within Rushcliffe since the creation of our Rural Housing Alliance, the Trent Valley Partnership.
The affordable housing scheme has really made the difference to us in our family life and in the quality of our life.
Affordable housing really helps because this area is very expensive to live in and to rent.
Waterloo Housing have done some brilliant things within the village. If it hadn't been for them, obviously I would never have been able to stay near my parents, continue with my job.
That when we build 12 or 14 new homes in a village, it doesn't destroy the village, it doesn't detract from the village, it makes it more of a thriving, vibrant, dynamic place, the kind of place that people want to live in. And I'm honestly really impressed, not just with the homes that I've seen today, although I am impressed with that, but the extent to which this is a strategic approach to meeting housing need in a way that has properly involved parish councils, local people, the council and the housing associations.
Hi, I'm Dave Pickering, Group Chief Executive of Waterloo Housing Group. So why is rural housing so desperately needed? Obviously, it's vital to the well-being of the rural communities. New affordable homes help sustain village life. What it does do is it offers local people what is very often the only chance to stay living in the place where they belong. Our business is all about providing affordable homes where people want to live. We're a housing group covering all of the Midlands regions from the Welsh borders across to the Wash. We provide homes in consultation with local communities. We understand housing markets and different tenures and bring a wealth of experience to help guide rural developments from inception through to completion and beyond. It's a collaboration. We have to get it right because we're in it for the long term. We have a team of people who are used to working with rural communities, helping to ensure that the new homes, whether for rent or for affordable sale, are exactly what the community wants and needs.
At Waterloo, we make sure that rural housing projects are led by the needs and aspirations of the local community. This often starts with the parish and town councils, but we work closely with a number of parties, such as the local and district councils, the landowner, the private developers and rural housing enablers to ensure a coordinated approach to delivery. Community consultation is at the heart of developing rural affordable housing, and we make sure there is effective communication between all partners. We aim to deliver attractive, sensitive and well-planned schemes in rural communities where people want to live.
I was living with my parents and I have an autistic son, and it was very difficult within the family unit for us all to live together. So what I did was I applied to the council, and I was very lucky in the fact that this was being built at the present time. The affordable housing's made such a difference to being able to support myself and my son on my own. It's very difficult when you're a single parent with a disabled child. I had to remain in the village or close by to be with my parents. I have a job in the village as a playgroup supervisor, for which I've been at for 16 years. Waterloo Housing have done some brilliant things. If it hadn't been for them, obviously I would never have been able to stay near my parents, continue with my job. And for such a small village, we need the villagers to be able to live here. There's only a few houses along here. So it's absolutely brilliant that they've actually provided affordable housing for people like myself and other villagers.
The Linden Group is a well-established construction company based in Lincoln. The relationship with Waterloo Housing Group goes back many years, and we've tackled some very difficult, very complex projects over that period of time. We're able to offer apprentices in bricklaying, plastering, decorating and plumbing. We've come across in the course of there's many years working in affordable housing all sorts of innovative techniques, whether solar panels, photovoltaic panels, increased insulation levels, ground source and air source heat pumps, rainwater harvesting, grey water recycling, mechanical extraction and heat exchangers, All of these can be used in various stages, various projects to find the most economic solution.
Being able to move here into the affordable housing's meant, firstly, we can stay in the village where our roots are and where the children go to school and we're part of the community. But also it's given us the space to grow and it's given the children their own space as well. So the affordable housing scheme has really made the difference to us in our family life and in the quality of our life. One of the best advantages of the affordable housing has been that the children have their own bedrooms, and Tegan's face was a picture when she realised she'd got the room on the front and she could see the sheep in the field across the road. I've been involved with the Scout group, which we set up again about just over 13-14 months ago. Often there's some resistance sometimes when they're going to build something in a village, but I would say don't resist, welcome, because what affordable housing brings to your village is it brings vibrance and sustainability. And Waterloo were able to work with me to adapt the house here to my needs, which has been fantastic. We've got a shower downstairs where I can get in and sit safely to have a wash, but independently without somebody having to help. And in terms of my independence and my self-respect, that's hugely important. Waterloo Housing have, in my view, been an exemplar organisation in providing affordable homes in the rural communities. They work with the residents, they work with the parish council, they work with the community.
Well, I've been in Cropple Bishop for 25 years, returned to the village about 4 years ago and loved being in the village, so needed to be back in Cropple. Options for me was renting in the private sector. This area is very expensive to live in and to rent, so affordable housing meets both ends of the market, rent and purchase. Absolutely vital, because young people getting on the market for the first time or other factors that have happened to people in their life, it's really difficult to get on the market and buy very expensive housing. No problems with Waterloo Housing whatsoever. We've been really, really professional from start to finish.
Affordable housing is probably the mainstay of village life. It's bringing youngsters back with a connection to the village, back to the village, and that can only be an asset to the village. If there is a genuine need identified in your village, then please go for it, because it actually keeps young people in the village rather than sending to urban areas. The coffee shop came about by a group, again from the parish plan, a group of people wanting to bring community life to the village.
The parish council keen to see more affordable housing because it helps sustain the long-term life of the village. If we don't have enough first-time buyer houses, then the children who live in the village now won't be able to stay here in the future and they'll move away. Well, if you can identify a need, and in all small communities there is a need, because if you can't allow the sustainability of the population for the future, then this is an opportunity to build the right properties to enable you to let the village or the environment grow rather than decay.
Here at Rushcliffe, we found that the secret is to make sure we involve our communities and involve our parish councils in particular in delivering those rural exception sites. We have a sort of a mantra really, seeing is believing. Delivering rural housing can be extremely rewarding, although often challenging. We have found that the sustainability of the villages has increased as it's involved local people in living and coming to stay in the village, but which has helped enhance the local businesses within that village. In particular, post offices, local hosteleries and village shops have all seen the benefit of us building new housing, affordable housing within rural settings.
New housing development obviously benefits our business by allowing our existing customers and their families to stay within the village parameters, and also it brings in new customers into the village, which brings more business into the shop and the post office.
By working through the exception site policy, often we can show that the benefits that will be achieved by allowing that development will far outweigh the concerns that people will often have. and in particular it will help sustainability of the village and help local people stay within the village, and that is a benefit that most people feel is worth having.
We ensure that it is local people and families that benefit from the development now and into the future. We're there every step of the way, including celebrating the success of a project and the difference it makes to people's lives.
I love my new house. It's absolutely beautiful. The views are tremendous. It's absolutely beautiful.